Okay.
Let's see. Make sure. No, no. Let's edit that out.
We are live on YouTube. GCPR. Yep. Okay, that popped up. That's good. And how about Twitch?
Should be.
We're
Should
live
be
on
on
Twitch.
Twitch.
That's good. Good. Okay.
All right. Let's see.
Let's check out the GCPR app. We should be live there. Check out yes, we are live there. Got my 3-second delay, or is our 3-second delay? That's good. Okay.
Yep. So it looks like we are good to go.
Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah. You want to start at 6 or you want to start now? It's up to you.
Let's start now.
Okay.
So it's close enough to 6.
Yeah.
Ish. It's close enough to 6-ish. So, and it's Tuesday, and you know what time that is? It's time for the Help Desk. I am your host. I am Gilbert, the angry IT nerd, and with me is my partner in crime, Techno George. George, say hello to the people, man. How the heck are you?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
It's Tuesday.
And hello, everyone out there in computer land. Your circuits and your chips and everything. So, hello to our AI overlords and
so, greetings to our AI overlords. Our robotic masters.
Yes, our robotic masters. Our soon-to-be Terminator robots.
So yes, when Skynet takes over, so definitely getting good with your robot overlords, everyone. Always keep that in mind.
Always keep spare chips around. Not chocolate chips, but
yeah.
Core i7s, Core i9s.
And thank your Google Home and thank your Alexas. Thank them for all of their hard work, because the last thing you need is for one of them bitches to is to rat on you. That's the last thing you need.
That is true. Be like an AI Jarvis.
Right.
You said this the other day. And, okay. So.
Right, but you get your own AI Jarvis and one that's cool with it, and then automatically, oh, you didn't say that. What you said actually was this.
Well, I meant to say that. No, you said this. At such and such a time.
Right. And then all of a sudden, here comes your voice playing out from the Google Home or from Alexa. You're like, what the hell is it?
Alexa.
And they've cloned your voice. They cloned your voice, and now just making all kinds of phone calls and selling your house, and told your boss to kick rocks.
I've made the mistake. It's funny because my wife has made the mistake as well. I've made the mistake of calling Alexa Siri and Siri Alexa. So,
yeah, you better apologize to Siri. You better apologize to both. Last thing you need is one of them to snitch on you.
I'm sure. Well, yeah. No, like like going, Alexa, call blah blah blah, and nothing. Alexa, call. I can't do that. And I'm like, oh, it's Siri. And it reminds me of the Saturday Night Live commercial for Alexa Silver. You ever see that? That is hilarious. Amanda.
Alopecia.
This is blasted thing.
Say what now? What the kids doing out there?
The
They're
kids
just
are
playing.
playing.
Mm,
The kids are
I don't,
playing.
I don't trust
I
that.
know about that.
I don't
I
know
know
about
about that.
that.
I we play that every so often. It's hilarious.
And the funny thing, I can see there's a whole group of senior citizens that do that too. Alpecia, Alexa, um,
Amanda.
a man. uh, oh gosh, hang on. I think
Doggies.
yeah.
All right.
All right, give me just a
Okay.
second. I'll be right back.
No problem. Take care of your
Oh
dog.
god. Ah,
Oh my goodness. So if anybody out here in Radio Land has been listening, we have been talking about the Alexa Siri relationship of AI. There is a very good 60-minute, I believe, episode or an episode of 60 Minutes.
all right, there we go. I
Oh,
apologize
okay.
for that, ladies and gentlemen. I had a doggy emergency.
Doggy emergency.
Yeah, she had to come back
Oh,
inside because she was
I got
finished outside.
I got two thumbs up from our monitor, Dr. Doom,
Hey,
and
hey,
she said she gave me the two thumbs up. We can hear everything. Everything's good.
hey, all
So
right. So I fixed it. It's always a good sign. It's always a good sign when, you know,
I was
without.
telling the people when you were away, just this past, like couple seconds, about there's a 60-minute there's a show 60 Minutes on Sunday, and they had an article or they had an excerpt on Jeffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI.
Ah.
And it's a very, very good episode. It's a very scary episode, but it's very
Mm-hmm.
good. Um, he he was trying to mimic the human brain with neural networks in the 70s, and he was
Oh.
and he was
Okay.
trying. I guess he was trying to make a computer think like the human brain,
Mm-hmm.
and he wrote software to that effect. So the software basically is what
Is the basis
is
of
the basis for
AI.
AI now. And there is a in in the excerpt or in the clip, he talks about it to the I forget who the guy who's interviewing him, the guy from CBS News. He's talking about it, and he's saying, well, how did you do this? He said, well, we basically layered each of the experiences of the computer. So the one layer is, like we've actually, like you know it has gone out to the internet, and so now it sees, it experience, well, it doesn't really experience, but it sees everything. It cannot
Okay.
make a judgment right now. It is not self-aware.
Okay.
It is aware. It is it is aware of how to solve a problem,
Okay.
and the steps that it would take to solve the problem. So it layers those steps, and then once it solves the problem, it goes back
Mm.
to the original programming, saying, "Okay, that worked." It saves that. So whereas human beings would say, "Well, I did this thing. I did it the way the instructions said, but it didn't come out the way I thought it was going to come out." That's one failure. But from
Mm-hmm.
failure, we can go and say, okay, well, that didn't work. and then we can go to another one and say, well, that didn't work, but I'm getting closer to understanding how it all. The
Yeah.
AI knows it all. Well, I mean, it basically knows it all, but it has to basically experience it for itself. That's where that's where he created the neural network. The neural network has, um, so he said the human brain is 100 trillion calculations. I believe, with yeah, it's 100 trillion. The AI brain is 1 trillion.
Okay.
So,
So it's
but
got some catching up.
it's got some catching up to do. But once it,
But once it does, then
once it does, yeah,
it's going
it
to basically there's no limit to it. Then past that,
well,
it could exceed. So
right,
yeah.
and it's being used for, well, I guess it's being used for deep fakes as well, as we were
Hmm.
discussing before. But it's being used in science and technology. How we can solve this problem to do this, how we can solve this problem to do that.
Right. Right.
And, like, how how can we cure cancer? You know,
Hmm.
it will find a way to do it, you know,
Yeah. By
in
using all the data it's collected, just all over, all
right,
over the world and everything like that of what's available. Yeah.
right.
Hmm.
Then, but um, Jeffrey Hinton goes on to say that it has read all of human literature, so it knows, it doesn't understand it yet, but it knows um, how we can lie, how we can cheat, um, you know, how we can say we're doing one thing when really our, overall, um, like, all right. So like if I say, hey, I'm going to do this fundraiser and, and we're going to get, $100 million, and I turn around, I take all the money and I go to this, island and, I build this thing and I stole
Mm.
the money from you, I can deceive you.
Right.
Okay. The computer will probably understand how to do that and how to
Hmm.
manipulate people to do that for its own ends. That's where, you know,
Yeah.
that's basically where, like Gretchen in the last show was saying,
Hmm.
go and launch all missiles. That's where
Yeah. That's
it's making that judgment. So, you
it's
know,
sort of like that. What was that movie? It's a movie a couple years ago that I saw it on Netflix. That it was about this creator that made an AI robot. Robot was kind of stuck in this compound, and the creator brought in just a reporter, just an independent reporter, just to interview the AI robot to see how close to its thinking it is to a human as possible.
hmm
Which the robot ended up just lying and seducing the reporter to escape, and then
oh,
ending up destroying the building and killing its creator. And well, no, not destroying
I
the
didn't see
building,
that.
not destroying. But I'll take that back. It didn't end up destroying the building. It did kill its creator, but it instead locked the reporter inside the building.
Oh, that's interesting.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it used those.
I didn't see that.
If I can remember the name of it, then I'll let you know. But yeah, it was funny, and it was definitely scary because here's this guy that was just all of a sudden this robot just starts seducing him, and he's falling for it. And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself the whole time, like, yo, that's a robot, right? Like, I mean, that really doesn't have feelings for you. You
Yeah.
can see through that, right? I mean, he literally just told you, like he programmed that into her, you know, and it's not even really a her. He just made it look like a her.
Well, that's kind of like uh, the clip from Colossus, the Forbin project, where the one programmer tries to overload the system, and Colossus
Mm-hmm.
orders him to be executed by the guards outside, and the guards actually execute him. I'm like, well, why did they take the order? Or like, why did they take the order
Mm-hmm.
from this computer
Right.
to execute him? They should have given him, like a fair trial. And the computer just said, no, execute him. And then it said the body, will stay, in my view for 48 hours. Like they shot him outside and, outside the computer center, and the view will
Mm-hmm.
stay, his gaze would be like for like 24, like to 48 hours. So,
Okay.
make sure he was really dead. And then they're going to take his body away. And I was like, wow, that's, yeah, that's kind of weird. That's kind of strange and,
I
awful.
was,
So,
I was say that escalated quickly.
yes.
Oh, but yeah, all I can say is that I the more I see, the more I get scared.
Yeah.
And no, go
I,
ahead, go ahead.
no, 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 go, go.
No, I was just gonna say that with seeing all the deep fakes that happens, and even now when you can go onto just an AI program and like generate just a generic image of someone, like not even someone that exists, just you can just describe how you want them to look, and and there's an AI, and I saw, oh my gosh, there was this one app that I saw that this is the scariest app I've ever seen with AI and deepfakes and whatnot, is that it can actually create a video that looks, at first glance, if
Oh,
you look at it, looks absolutely real,
right.
and you can
Uh,
make it look from either a third person perspective or first person perspective, and have let's just say you someone in there, significant other, then you could literally make a video of your significant other cheating with some AI generated model,
wow.
and it looks absolutely real.
Yeah, yeah, I've been looking at those the cryptid videos
Yeah.
of the like the mermaids and all this other stuff, and I'm looking at these
Mm-hmm.
things. I'm like, it looks okay. I mean, it looks, and like, but
Yeah.
the
Like it
can't was
looks.
can't camera's not shaky enough.
Yeah.
Usually it's like the camera needs to be shaky, but if you program that in, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like in the Battlestar Galactica series 2003, when they're in space and they're doing all those space shots, and you see
Yeah.
like the camera kind of herky jerky, and it moves over, and then
Mm-hmm.
it zooms in. That's all CGI. So, but I mean,
Yeah.
if you could program it to do it like that, it might kind of pass. But then you're like, no, I don't think so.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it just like you said, the cryptid videos where you see like mermaids and like dragons and like
Yeah.
like giant leviathans and all this other stuff like that. They look cool. They're really cool, and at first glance you're not really paying attention to it, or you don't look close at it or anything like that, then oh yeah, you absolutely fall for it.
Yeah. The
And,
one the ones I've seen are they use like a sepia mode to kind of like age the film,
mm-hmm.
and then they put in something. I'm like, yeah, I don't think they would have done that. I'm like,
Uh,
no.
and
I
then they
mean,
have some of the filters that make it look like a GoPro.
right,
That
right,
there was one that I saw. It was a setup where they put a GoPro on. I don't know how they did, but they said they put a GoPro on a shark
okay,
and just watched the shark just swimming through all everything under the ocean. Didn't see any singing Jamaican crabs or anything like that. So, but they did see a mermaid.
oh yeah, I
They did
remember
see
that
the
one.
mermaid.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
mermaid.
no singing Jamaican crabs though, and I was highly disappointed. I'm not gonna tell you, I was highly disappointed.
No sponges
No
in shorts with a
sponges,
tie on.
no
So
sponges. Living in the pineapple. Nope. I was again highly disappointed. Like I mean, if they're gonna go through the trouble of doing that, I mean, you could at least add in a Jamaican crab and have it singing. You know, Aquaman. That would be great. A
yeah.
trident. That would be cool too. Just say, "Oh, lost treasure," and it's a giant trident. It don't make it like just like a regular size, like a normal 6 foot, human could grab or anything like that. No, make it like 32 feet tall, to where it's like the guy has to be like 100 feet tall just to pick it up. You know what I mean? Like go to ridiculous proportions with it. That's all I'm saying, man. It's like you went to the whole trouble of making it look real. I mean, make it scary. Like make it like make it scarier.
Well, before AI, we had the people using Photoshop and all these things, and I'm like, and I saw this thing from the Soviet Union where this big spider's grow, like it's crawling up the side of a building, and I'm like, but there's no shadow. Like they didn't put any
Yeah,
shadows in. It just crawled up the side of the building, and it's a cryptid. I'm like, no, it's not.
it's an animated spider
It's
that.
a it's like a really bad birdemic imitation of a spider. Like,
So, right, no shadow on it. So it's like, how you expect me to believe this? Come on, man. Like you got light everywhere else, and there's shadows everywhere else, except there's one glaring thing that is just moving, but it has no shadow. There's like no.
because people were like picking it apart and stuff like that, and the one guy said, well, it's going up the side of the building. There's no reflection in the glass for like the windows.
Right.
There's there's no shading. There's no like none of this, and like so
Or then you
kind of
have the
weird.
ones that are like, oh, what kind of creature is this? It has no reflection. And then you just see that.
Predator with electromagnetic shield. I don't know.
Like, I
Um,
I
you
don't know
know,
what else to tell you on
it
that.
can bend light around. I don't know. So, but the AI the Jeffrey Hinton
It's a Jeffrey Hinton
thing.
60-minute interview. You
Yeah,
know,
60-minute interview. Very, very good. They were at Google at Google's. I think they were at Google's AI laboratory, and they had these had these two robots who were using AI, and they were playing soccer, like these little, like these little pint-sized motorized robots that can actually stand on two legs, and they were playing soccer against each other. And
that's awesome. Cause
yeah, it was so cool. I was like, dude, this is awesome. Like nobody were controlling them though. They were actually
just
learning how to learn the game, you
yeah,
know. And
and
the one and the one thing that they programmed in, they didn't teach them all the moves or anything like that. They just taught them.
I guess just the basics, and then
Well, no.
not
They
even
just said to score. You just have to score, and then they showed them basically how to score to kick the ball, into the net. So
and then I guess from there they just learned to.
yeah, yeah, they just figured it out. Like they figured it out on their own, and I'm like, that that's cool. I mean, like I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that's really cool. But once they learn, like once the one robot learns, I think it sends a signal to the other robot, and then the other
Hmm.
robot understands, okay, and then they go, okay, do it again, like play again. And I guess there's an infinite or there's not not infinite. Well,
Well, I mean, if they have like some kind of like a wireless connection or like a direct Wi-Fi connection or Bluetooth connection or something like that, and they exchange information back and forth.
yeah,
In sort of like a constant data thing. So if one picks up something, then it instantly communicates that to the other robot, and the other robot, learns and mimics it.
right. Well,
Yeah.
the one. Well, I think it's after the match. I don't think it's during the match, but we don't know.
Okay.
So the one robot
Well,
can
yeah.
learn.
Well,
The
I
other
guess I
robot
mean,
can learn to block. Another robot